Hello guys, this is Shivam Shinde and I welcome you to the fifth lecture of this lecture series on work power energy. In the previous lectures, we have learned what is a stable equilibrium, unstable equilibrium and a neutral equilibrium. We have also seen what are the common attributes of these three equilibriums. The first thing is the force, net force, which is equals to du by dx is 0. In short, the slope of any potential energy position curve is 0. Whenever you will find the slope of any potential energy position curve to be 0 or the tangent to be horizontal or perpendicular or parallel to the x-axis, at that point you will get a stable, unstable or a neutral equilibrium. But how will we distinguish between a stable, unstable and a neutral equilibrium mathematically, equationally and also diagrammatically or graphically? We have to distinguish whether this equilibrium is a stable equilibrium or whether it is an unstable equilibrium or it is a neutral equilibrium. If I summarize this, अगर मैंने आपको कोई कर्व दिया तो आप बता सकते हो कि ये स्टेबल है, अनस्टेबल है या न्यूट्रल है. बट आपको ये कैसे पता चलेगा कि किसी एग्जाम्पल में कोई इक्विलिब्रियम कौन सा है, स्टेबल है, अनस्टेबल है या न्यूट्रल है? तो हमको डिटेल में जाके देखना पड़ेगा कि ये इक्विलिब्रियम कौन सा है, ये स्टेबल है, अनस्टेबल है, न्यूट्रल है, कौन सा इक्विलिब्रियम है. एंड दैट डिफरेंशिएटिंग पॉइंट्स वी आर गोइंग टू सी टुडे. ओके, सो we'll see in details what are the distinguishing factors which differentiate these three equilibriums: stable, unstable and a neutral equilibrium. Okay, we are going to dig into the equations of these three equilibriums and we will find out that we can point out that this equilibrium is stable, unstable or a neutral equilibrium. You have known up till now. I'll do a quick revision that stable equilibrium is an equilibrium in which you move the ball again comes to its equilibrium position. Means if you move the ball, it tends to come to its equilibrium position. This is a neutral equilibrium. Du by dx is 0. Example is pendulum. Next is unstable equilibrium. Unstable. When you and a point which I forgot about the stable equilibrium, you will see a U-shaped curve in a potential energy position curve. Next point is unstable equilibrium. In unstable equilibrium, you know the point tends to go away from the equilibrium position. Okay, when you move the ball, it falls down. It doesn't come to its equilibrium position. Such equilibrium is called as an unstable equilibrium. Next is du by dx is 0 and it will get an inverted u in the potential energy position curve. Next is neutral equilibrium. I told you neutral equilibrium lies between a stable equilibrium and unstable equilibrium. Stable which tends to come towards the equilibrium, unstable equilibrium which goes away from the equilibrium, and neutral equilibrium between the two, in which at each and every point is a new equilibrium. Okay, at each and every point the force acting on the particle is 0. Each and every point is a new equilibrium. You will see a straight line in the potential energy curve, and this is the one in which curve you will get each and every point the slope will be 0. Okay, so this is a quick revision of what we will learn in the previous chapter, previous lecture. In this lecture, we'll see how can we differentiate which is which curve, which is the stable, unstable and a neutral equilibrium. Okay, now I'll write the heading how to distinguish. Okay, so how to distinguish between different equilibriums. So, you know that for stable equilibrium, what is the curve? It is a U-shaped curve for a stable equilibrium. Okay? For stable equilibrium, it is a U-shaped curve. For unstable equilibrium, it is a inverted U-shape. So this is the unstable equilibrium. And for a neutral curve, it is straight line. Okay, so it is a neutral equilibrium. Okay, so now I will club these three graphs into one graph. मैं तीनों graphs को एक graph में mix कर देता हूँ, ठीक है? So what will this graph look like? So on this axis it is the potential energy, that is U, and on this axis it is X. So first drawing of the stable equilibrium. First, this is the U shape. So whenever you get U shape, this is stable equilibrium. Next, we will go to the unstable equilibrium. It is an inverted U shape. And next is we draw a straight line. This represents the neutral equilibrium. So in a single graph, we have drawn three equilibriums: U-shaped stable equilibrium, inverted U-shaped unstable equilibrium, and straight line of normal equilibrium. So these three equilibriums in one single graph. Now we'll distinguish. Hello. So guys, we have clubbed these three graphs into a single graph. Okay, this is the neutral equilibrium, stable equilibrium, unstable equilibrium, and neutral equilibrium. So we have to distinguish how to differentiate between these three equilibrium. So we have to understand one thing. Okay, so up till now for an equilibrium, we know that du by dx shall be 0. Okay, but it is similar for all three conditions, like stable equilibrium, unstable equilibrium, and neutral equilibrium. So this is a common thing in all. Stable equilibrium also satisfies this condition, unstable equilibrium also satisfies this condition, and neutral equilibrium also satisfies this condition. So how can we distinguish when this is the thing is common for each and every one of them? So we have to find something which is different for each one of them. Like suppose we have a identity card. We have an identity card number. Okay, that identity card number is different for all of us. Okay, that makes us different. Similarly, this thing du by dx is similar for all of them. This can't make them different. So if I want to make them different, or I want to distinguish them, I will have to find something which is different for all of them, and that thing is double differentiation. So if when I double differentiate this term, d square u by dx square. But what is this term? So it is nothing but what is this term? Double differentiation means what? I am going to differentiate this term again. Like suppose this is a displacement. We have learned in earlier chapter that this is displacement. When I am going to differentiate this term, I am going to get velocity. And when I am differentiating velocity, I am going to get acceleration. So velocity is nothing but ds by dt. And what is acceleration? Acceleration is d square s by dt square. So I can say that velocity is obtained by a single differentiation of displacement, whereas acceleration is obtained by double differentiation of displacement. Similarly, so you can tell from here is that what is velocity? Velocity is rate of change of displacement. Okay, but what is acceleration? Acceleration can be defined as rate of change in. So sorry, it can be told as acceleration is nothing but the rate of change of velocity, or it can be told as rate of change of displacement. Means what is acceleration is with what rate is the rate of displacement changing. Okay, it is somewhat difficult to understand, but single differentiation of displacement gives me velocity, and double differentiation of velocity gives me acceleration. So how can I express velocity in the terms of s? It is single differentiation, so it is rate of change of speed. But how will I tell acceleration in the terms of s? I will tell it as it is a rate of change of rate of change of displacement. Okay, means there was a rate of change of displacement और उसका भी rate मतलब कि acceleration. वैसे ही हम du by dx क्या है? It is rate of change of potential energy. अब जब हम उसका डबल डिफरेंशिएशन करेंगे, मतलब हम इस रेट का भी रेट निकालेंगे. समझ में आ रहा है? So we are going to find the rate of change of potential energy. मीन्स वी आर गोइंग टू सिंप्लीफाइड कि पोटेंशियल एनर्जी का जो चेंज होने का रेट है वो कैसे है, ठीक है, वो कैसे चेंज हो रहा है. मीन्स सपोज एट दिस पॉइंट du by dx is this much, suppose at this point du by dx is this much, and suppose at in different point du by dx is this much. So how is it changing? How is du by dx changing? What is du by dx? du by dx means कि u कैसे चेंज हो रहा है. But what is d square u by dx square? ये है du by dx कैसे चेंज हो रहा है. Understand it? So I'll summarize it again. Please understand. So what is du by dx? It is rate of change of u, या u कैसे बदल रहा है, ठीक है. What is u? How is u changing? But what is d square u by dx square? I can say that how du by dx is changing. This is very important thing. Okay, so we have understood that what does du by dx means. Du by dx means what? It is rate of change of potential energy. Means it is rate of change of u. Okay, this is also a rate. But what is d square u by dx square? Means how is this changing? Understood? It is like velocity and this is like acceleration. So you have understood what is difference between acceleration and velocity in the terms of displacement. Similarly, what is d square u by dx square? It is how is this du by dx changing? Okay, suppose du by dx was initially 5. Okay, I'll give an example. This is very important. Please take a note. Okay. So first of all, initially du by dx was 5. Okay, then it changed to du by dx is equals to 3, and later it du by dx changed to 1. So now you can tell du by dx initially was 5, after that du by dx became 3, and after that du by dx became 1. Okay, now I want to find how is du by dx changing. Okay, so I write a more elaborate example. Suppose initially u at 1 is 10. Okay, after some time u becomes 8, and after some time u becomes 6. Okay, so now tell me, u initially is what? 10, u afterwards is 8, and u afterwards is 6. So now tell me what is du by dx. Okay, suppose here x was 0, here x was 2, and suppose here x was 4. Okay, so what is du by dx here? So what is du? What is change in u? It is 8 minus 10. It is minus 2 upon what is change in x? It is 2. So it is minus 1. Okay, now here we'll see what is du by dx. It is 6 minus 8. It is minus 2, and change in x is 4 minus 2. So here you can see that du is 6 minus 8, that is minus 2, and x is 4 minus 2 is 2. So it is minus 1. So now this is du initial. What is now a little bit, and I'll write du initial is minus 1, and du here is minus 1. So now I want what is d square u by dx square. Are you understanding this? This is nothing but what is the change in du by dx. Okay, or it can be written as what is the rate of change of u. Okay, so what is d square u by dx square? It is nothing but a difference between these two terms. So it was initially minus 1 and minus 1. So finally it is going to be 0. So are you understanding that how we went from u to d square u by dx square? Okay. One more example. Suppose u at this point is 20, then it changed to u is equals to 15, and then it changed u is equals to 8. Here position was 0, here the position was at 10, okay, and here the position was 2, okay. So tell me, d between these journey, what is du by dx? What is change in u? 50 minus 20 minus 5 upon change in x is 10. Okay. What is du by dx over here? Du by dx is 8 minus 15. Okay, we'll take 5 over here. So 5 minus 15 is minus 10 upon, and for simplification method we will take 5 over here. Okay. So 5, 15. Okay, 15 will take. 50 minus 10 is 5. So it becomes minus 2. And here it becomes minus half. So now I ask you, what is d square u by dx square? D square u by dx square. Now simply, this is the initial du by dx and this is the final du by dx. So it is rate of change of du by dx. Understanding what is d square u by dx square? It is rate of change of du by dx. Okay. But in this term I can say that it is rate of change of u. So simply I can write minus 2 minus half. Minus 2 minus of minus half, it will become, so 2, so it is 2 minus half, so it will be 1 minus 1.5. So in this way we have come from what is u to d square u by dx square. I hope you understood. So now we have understood a very important thing, that is d square u by dx square, and this term is going to help us to distinguish between these three types of equilibrium, that is stable equilibrium, unstable equilibrium and neutral equilibrium. Okay. Now for stable equilibrium. Okay. So now first I take example of a stable equilibrium. Now we are going to learn how stable equilibrium different from all other equilibriums. Okay. So stable equilibrium. Now I will draw a graph of stable equilibrium. The graph of stable equilibrium is in this way. Okay. So I will draw a bigger graph. Okay. So I will now denote 3 points. Okay. For each and every graphs I will tell rules. For each and every graphs I will draw 3 points. One will be the equilibrium point and other 2 points will be before the equilibrium and after the equilibrium. Okay. So I will denote 3 points on the curve. Okay. First point, which is the middlemost point, will be the equilibrium. Okay. Later on I will draw the next second point before the equilibrium and third point after the equilibrium. Okay. And for each and every point I will find du by dx. Okay. So I will take 3 points. First point, which is the equilibrium. Okay. So take first point at equilibrium. So I will denote it as A. Okay. I have told I will draw next point before the equilibrium. Okay. I take it here as B, second point. And I will draw a third point which is after the equilibrium. I will denote it as C. So in short, I have denoted 3 points, that is A, B and C. First point A, which is the middle point, is the equilibrium point. I have told you how to find the equilibrium in stable equilibrium. Just see the bottommost point, because here you will take a tangent, it will be parallel to the x-axis. That will be the equilibrium point. Okay, so for unstable equilibrium, it will be the uppermost point, and in neutral equilibrium, each and every point will be equilibrium point. So in this condition, as a concerned with this condition, the bottommost point, which is the A, is the equilibrium, stable equilibrium. So I have denoted first point A over there. Now I will draw a second point B, which is before the equilibrium point, and I will draw a third point C after the equilibrium point. Okay. So in short, I have drawn 3 equilibrium points. Okay. Now I will find out du by dx for each and every point. Okay. So what is du by dx for A? Tell me. Du by dx for A. So at point A, what is du by dx? You know, A is the point of stable equilibrium, and at equilibrium I know du by dx is 0. So I will write du by dx is 0. Now again, I have a point B. Okay, so at B, tell me what is du by dx. How will we find du by dx for this point? I know du by dx is nothing but the slope. Okay, right? Because this graph is also a potential energy versus x graph. Okay, it's very simple. So what will be the slope of this curve? It will be du by dx. Okay, so if I have to find du by dx, in short, I have to find the slope at that particular point. So du by dx at point B means slope at point B. Okay, and what is slope? It is tangent. So if I draw a tangent at this point, okay, so this is the tangent. So tell me, this tangent is making an obtuse angle with the x-axis. Okay, I will show you. So it is going this way. Okay, it is going this way. So it is making an obtuse angle. Okay, so this is the line, this is the tangent, and this is the x-axis. So this is making an obtuse angle. 90 degrees this, obtuse angle is this. So it is making an angle which is more than 90 degree. That is, it is making an obtuse angle with the x-axis. And for any obtuse angle, the tan theta or the slope of any obtuse angle is positive. Okay. So here you can see that this line is making an obtuse angle with x. Okay. So this is the line of tangent and this is the x-axis. So you can see that this line is making an obtuse angle with the x-axis. Okay, so here the theta is greater than 90 degree. Okay, and for such angle, the slope, which is nothing but the tan theta, for angles greater than 90 degree or obtuse angle is negative. Okay, so here the slope is negative. Have you understood this point? I'll again revise. We have to find slope at these 3 points. We have taken 3 points. A, the point of equilibrium. B, point which is before the equilibrium, and point C, which is after the equilibrium. Now we have to find du by dx for each and every point. I know for point A, the du by dx is 0 because A is the point of equilibrium. Now I go to point B to find out du by dx. I know what is du by dx. It is slope. Okay, so I will find out the slope at point B by drawing a tangent. So I draw a tangent. Okay, so this line makes an angle which is greater than 90 degree with x-axis. Okay, and for such obtuse angles, the slope is negative. Okay, so du by dx, which is only the slope. Okay, du by dx is slope. Okay, so and it is negative. So I can write the slope is negative over here. Okay. Now, I go to point C. Now for point C, I want to find out du by dx. So what is du by dx? It is slope. So if I want to find out du by dx, I will find slope. So how to find slope? Draw a tangent. So how to draw a tangent? Tangent. This is the tangent. So if I will bring this tangent towards the x-axis, so this will cut the x-axis at this point. So you can see the tangent is here and this x-axis is here, and the angle which they are making, which is theta, is less than 90 degree. Means the angle is an acute angle, and for acute angle the slope, which is the tan theta, is positive. Okay, so here the tan theta is positive. that is the slope is positive. So I write here the slope is positive. Okay. So now we have completed finding du by dx, that is slope for all 3 points A, B and C. Now we'll see what to do with these details. Okay. So this is for stable equilibrium. This was point A, this was point B and this was point C. Okay. So now tell me, at point A what is the du by dx? So at this point du by dx was 0. For this point du by dx was negative. And for this point du by dx is positive. Okay. So I also can write here that for point B. So now what will I do? I'll again rearrange things. I'll go from point A to point C. Okay, so I know for B the du by dx was negative. For point A the du by dx was 0, and for point C du by dx is positive. Okay. So tell me, when I go from point B to point C, okay, and I'll start from x is equals to 0. Now I'll start to go from towards the right hand side. So first thing which I'll get is B. After B I will get A, and after A I will get C. So my journey is from B to A to C. Okay. So I'll again revise. In this graph we start from point x is equals to 0. Now we start to go towards the right hand side. Okay. So first we will get is the B. Okay. Next you will get is the A, and next you will get is C. So your journey is from B to A to C. Okay. Which is depicted over here, from B to A to C. So what you can see is, for B du by dx was negative. Okay. For A du by dx is 0, and for C du by dx is positive. So I want to ask you, what is the change in du by dx? I am not asking you what is change in u. I am asking you what is change in du by dx. Okay. So what is change in du by dx? You can say that du by dx was first of all negative. Then it became 0, and now it became positive. Means I can say that in a line. Okay. So this is the number line, here is 0. On my right hand side this is -1, -2, -3, -4, and on here it is 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it is a number line. So first of all du by dx was negative, then it became 0, and then it became a positive value. So I can tell that the value of du by dx is increasing. So you can say that going from A, from point B to C, from my journey from point B to C, the value of du by dx is increasing. Suppose this is a negative value such as -5. Okay, for example, this is 0, and suppose this is +3. So I can say that from going from point B to C, my journey I have fixed. I have to go from point B to C. My journey is fixed. It is going from negative value, for example -5, to a positive value +3. So you can tell that the du by dx is increasing. Okay, so the du by dx is increasing. So I can conclude that d square u by dx square, that is rate of change of du by dx, is positive. Okay, see, the value of du is increasing. So the rate of change of du by dx is positive. That is nothing but d square u by dx square. So what is d square u by dx square for a stable equilibrium? For stable equilibrium, what is d square u by dx square? It is what rate of change of du by dx. So it was negative and it is becoming positive from B to C. So it is positive. So this is a very important thing. This is the most unique point of stable equilibrium. I have told you, to distinguish between stable, unstable and neutral equilibrium, I want one point which distinguishes, which is unique to stable equilibrium, unstable and neutral equilibrium. So this is a point which is unique to stable equilibrium. This is not going to be similar. This point will be different for stable, unstable and neutral equilibrium. So this point you have to keep in mind that for stable equilibrium, the d square u by dx square is positive. Okay. Now we'll go to the next topic, that is the non-stable equilibrium. So now we'll see non-stable equilibrium. Okay, so I'll draw a curve of non-stable equilibrium. So this is the curve for non-stable equilibrium. Again, I'll tell you the rules. So first of all, we'll draw 3 points. We'll denote 3 points. So the first point is the middle point. Okay, first we'll give the middle point, which is the equilibrium point. We will give its name A. Okay, so this is the middle point or the equilibrium point, which we will give the name A. This is the first point. So this is the equilibrium point. Next is, we will denote a point B, which is before the equilibrium point. Okay, so this is point B, which is before the equilibrium point, and we will denote a third point C, which is after the equilibrium point. Okay, so this is point C. So now tell me, what is my journey again? I start from x is equals to 0. I will give this u and this as x. Okay, so this is potential energy. So what is my journey? I start from x is equals to 0 and I will go towards the positive x-axis. So first of all, what will I get is, I will get B, then I will get A, and next I will get C. So I have to tell my journey is from point B to point C. So from point B, I will start to find out du by dx again. Okay, so I have denoted first this. So I have denoted 3 points: equilibrium point, point A, point B before the equilibrium, and point C after the equilibrium. Okay, now I will find out du by dx at each of these points. I'll start with point B, which is first point in our journey. So for point B, what is du by dx? For point B, what is du by dx? We'll find it out. What is du by dx? Du by dx is slope. How to find slope? Take a tangent. So at point B, whenever I take tangent, it will be in this direction. Okay, so this is the tangent. So you can tell that tangent is in this direction and x-axis is in this direction. So if I extrapolate this point backward, line backwards, I can say that this tangent at point B, this is the tangent at point B, is making an acute angle. Okay, so you can see it is an acute angle. It is less than 90 degree. Okay, 90 degree is this way. It is acute angle. So you can say that slope at this point, which is an acute angle at point B. Okay, so tangent at point B is making an acute angle with x-axis. Means the slope at point B is positive. Understood? Understand that slope for angle which are less than 90 degree is positive, and slope for angles which are greater than 90 degree is negative. So this is a point. So at this point B, the slope is positive because the angle is less than 90 degree. Okay, so in front of B, I will write du by dx is positive. Okay, now I will go towards point A, which is the second point in our journey. Okay, for point A, what is du by dx? No need to find out because I know point A is the equilibrium point, and for equilibrium point the slope is 0. Okay, so this is the 0. Okay, now we will go towards the third point C, which is third point in our journey. So for point C, what is du by dx? So du by dx is, we'll again draw a tangent. So when I draw a tangent, so it will be in this direction. Okay, so you can see that this line is coming here, okay, and x-axis is here. Means in short it is like this way. It is an obtuse angle. Tangent which is passing from point C is making an obtuse angle with x. So tangent, so the slope at point C will be negative. Okay. So for C, du by dx will be negative. Okay, simple. Okay. So in this way we have find out du by dx for each and every point. For point B it is positive, for point A it is 0, and for point C it is negative. Now I want to find out how this du by dx is changing. Okay. So now on a number line I have 0 in middle. In this way you will go to a negative x-axis, and in this way you will go to a positive axis. So here numbers are -1, -2, -3, -4. Suppose positive, for example, I write it as +5. Okay, it is 0, and for example it is -3. Suppose I'll start from point B. Where is my point B? Point B is at +5. So it is here. Okay, so now I go from point B, I start from journey here, and now I go to point A. Point A is 0, so I'll come up till here, and now I want to go to point C, which is what, -3. -3 lies here. So you can see from going from point B to A to C, I am going in a negative axis. Means my du by dx is decreasing. So I can tell that du by dx is decreasing. The rate of change of du by dx is negative, or in short, d square u by dx square is negative. Okay, so for an unstable equilibrium, d square u by dx square is negative. Okay, so this is a very important point. So whenever you will get d square u by dx square negative, you have to understand that this is this whole thing. Okay, so very important thing. So this is the thing which I have learned this topic. You know, I have told you that we have to distinguish. So you can see that for stable and unstable equilibrium, du by dx for both of them was 0. I couldn't distinguish whether it is stable equilibrium or it is unstable equilibrium. But in this case, if I know d square u by dx square, I can tell it is which equilibrium. If it is positive, I can tell that it is stable equilibrium, and if it is negative, I can tell that this is a unstable equilibrium. Okay, so in this way we have completed the unstable equilibrium. Now I go to the normal equilibrium. So now I'll write the heading normal equilibrium. I'll draw the graph. So you know that for a normal equilibrium, the potential energy position curve is a straight line. Okay, so on y-axis potential energy is denoted by U, and on y-axis it is x. Okay, so again my first rule, I have to denote 3 points. Point A, the equilibrium point, point B before the equilibrium point, and point C after the equilibrium point. Okay, so I will denote point A in the middle, which is the equilibrium point. I will denote a point B which is the before the equilibrium point, and point C which is after the equilibrium point. Now again I will start my journey from point X is equals to 0, and I will start to go towards the right side. So now tell me which one I will get first. I will get B first, afterwards I will get A, and afterwards I will get C. So what is my journey? I will go from point B to point A to point C, similar journey. So from B I will go to point A, then I will go to point C. So now for each of these 3 points I have to find du by dx. So for B, my du by dx is, so I have to find du by dx for point B. What is du by dx in this curve? It is slope of the curve. So now I will find the slope of this curve at point B. So at point B, if I draw this slope, I draw the tangent, it will be in the same direction as this line. and this is parallel to the x-axis, means the theta is 0 and or the angle between the tangent and the x-axis is 0 because these both are parallel. Okay, so slope at point B will be 0. Okay, now I will find out slope at point A, and I know A is the point of equilibrium, so the slope here automatically will be 0. Now I want to find out du by dx, that is slope at point C. So it will be, so I will draw again a tangent, and this tangent will be parallel to this x-axis, so the theta will be 0. Tan 0 is 0, slope is 0. So du by dx is 0. So, and it is not a big thing because I know in a neutral equilibrium every point is equilibrium, and if in every point is equilibrium like A, similarly point B is also equilibrium and point C is also equilibrium. So all these points B, A and C are all equilibriums, and hence we can see that each of them is, so it is a very simple thing. So now tell me, it is a number line and I was at point A initially, I was at point B. Tell me what is value of B? It is 0. Okay, I can't suppose here any value because it is 0. So from journey from point B to C, I am getting equilibrium 0. I am getting value of du by dx is 0. So now can you tell me what is the change in du by dx? Or can you in short tell me what is d square u by dx? It is going to be 0 because there is no change in the value of du by dx. Okay, so for a neutral equilibrium, the d square u by dx is going to be 0. So it is very important thing. For stable equilibrium, I know d square u by dx square is positive. For an unstable equilibrium, d square u by dx square is negative, and for normal equilibrium, it is this thing. So in short, we have understood what is the difference, or on what point shall we differentiate between stable, unstable and a neutral equilibrium. So I'll draw a summary and we'll end this class. So equilibrium can be stable equilibrium, it can be unstable equilibrium, and it can be neutral equilibrium. Okay, so these are the three types of equilibrium we know. Okay, so we know these three types of equilibrium. I know they are equilibrium. So for each and every equilibrium, I know the force shall be 0, which we have seen earlier. So du by dx should be 0 for each and every case. Okay, so for each and every case, du by dx is 0. For here also, du by dx is 0, and here also du for everyone, du by dx is 0. But can you tell me, will d square u by dx square be same for each and everyone? No. And this is the point which we can use to distinguish. So what is the value of d square u by dx square? Here it is a positive value. For here, d square u by dx square is a negative value, and here it is 0. So if I see the point 1, I can distinguish between stable, unstable and neutral equilibrium as each and everyone is having value 0. But for finding out difference between whether it is stable, unstable or neutral, I will use point d square u by dx square. So when d square u by dx square is positive, I can tell that it is stable. When it is negative, I can tell it is unstable, and similarly for neutral equilibrium. So this is thing how we can distinguish between whether it is stable equilibrium, it is unstable equilibrium, or it is neutral equilibrium. So this was all about the equilibriums. So we end the topic on equilibriums here. If you have any doubt, feel free to ask. This is a very important topic, and please revise it many times. Okay, so this is it for today's class. I hope you understand it. Thanks.